hadn't originally planned on making a video out of any of this footage, and was just going to kind of use it as a reference to go back and review later. After watching Pete's video about paddling flat though, I figured there was probably at least one other person that could identify with my struggles, so I figured what the heck, I'll put it out there. So this was my first day back on the water in about a handful of months. Prior to this, I'd had a day of 5 swims on the French Broad Section 9, and a brief stint at the Boiling Hole, which had a rough start but ended on a high note. That was back in December though, and now here we are, 3 months later. I joined a decent-sized group on the lower haw today, and she was pumping higher than I'd ever paddled it, which was, well, once before. That got in my head quickly, and I was paddling defensively and flat right out of the gate. The Haw River had taken a comfortable spot right between my ears, and all I could do was gasp for air as I took another mouthful of water. Fortunately for me, my crew had wrangled my boat to shore for me, and it was waiting for me on River Right. I just had to get there.
I got it.
Yeah, baby! I didn't see what happened to you.
It's in my head. No, I said it's in my head. Here, I'll finish it up.
Once I got on shore and cleared my head, I had a bit of soul searching to do. I'd banged up both my shins on some rocks, and my ego was a little banged up too. Moose Jaw Falls, a not so insignificant rapid, was next on the docket. There was no easy answer for walking out, and I knew paddling was my only option. So, I climbed back in and took the cheat line on River Right. As we finished the last rapids of the run, I knew I was reaching a decision point at the takeout. I'd recently been battling with my outfitting because my left leg had kept falling asleep while I was sitting in my boat. That, coupled with swollen shins and the ever-present mind game, made me question a second lap. I knew I would be upset with myself if I called it a day, but I just didn't know if I could take making a spectacle of myself during the pounding I knew the river had waiting for me. And as we reached the cars, I made the decision to head home with my tail tucked firmly between my legs. I was disappointed in myself, but I knew I'd be back. And so a few weeks later, Pete invited me back out to the very same stretch of the haul, but this time at a considerably lower level. I was determined to get better, even if it was just incrementally. I still had the Chunderfest from last time fresh in my head, and it was probably going to take a minute to clear that out. Fortunately, though, it was a perfect day to be on the river. There she was, Gabriel's Bend, the rapid that had claimed my pride the last time I'd seen her.
Well, it's easy when it's half the water.
It's the mindset too.
Yeah.
Now, with Gabriel's Bend and Moose Jaw Falls behind me, I felt like maybe I had dusted off some of those pesky cobwebs. Maybe. Okay, so maybe not all the cobwebs.
Well, you missed.
Good times.
We're gonna do a take two on. He was trying to do something really cool, and it the whole move predicated on actually grabbing the wood. When that didn't happen, the second part of the move really didn't help him out. So we're gonna try again. He's gonna try to grab the right piece of wood with the face of his paddle and spin his boat a little upstream to do kind of an upstream landing in the seal launch there. So take two. Get that wood.
Very nice, very nice. There was just something about that seal launch that made me feel like, well, maybe I was getting somewhere for once. And while my moves were still well within the realm of Beaterville, it just felt so darn good.
get out of your way. Ah, not again. Nailed it. Just a little more water.
And so that was our day on the lower haul. It wasn't a pretty day by most standards, but it was a good day for me. My head game has been a challenge for me, and low runs like today were the reminder I needed that I could still do this if I just didn't give up. Very, very good time.